sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate.
How's it going, guys? Landon Huffman here, back with another race day vlog. This is going to be a short, abbreviated video. It is King of the Modifieds 20,000 to win race day here at South Boston Speedway for the Smart Modified Tour. We've got our Shamrock Motorsports number 98 ready to rock and roll. Super windy, but we've already qualified. We're starting 16th. So I'm going to take you guys with us. I've got the onboard in. Again, didn't have a lot of time to record because today is like an abbreviated day. Literally everything's starting at like 2 o'clock. So super excited to get rolling here. Huge payday, a lot of good modifieds in the field, and we're going to see if we can build off of last week at Anderson. So thank you guys so much for being here, clicking on today's video. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go after 20,000. Hey, Mark, how we doing?
Kicked their ass today.
All right, thanks. Here's our nice, fancy, schmancy pit sign right here, guys. So we have to do a live stop, or halfway semi-live stop. And we repurposed an old Robert Huffman pit sign, and it's on a pull stick. Oh, wait, easy, easy, easy. That's our sign. Gotta love good high rock models. Don't let that thing get away from you there, Mark.
Everybody here!
Like I said, this is going to be an abbreviated vlog, but we're getting ready to roll here for 125 laps. I've got some onboard footage and some stands footage, so I'm just going to walk you guys through the race very briefly and show you how our day goes. No spotter audio this week. My wife was out of town, and she's usually the one that records from the stands for me and takes care of my audio. So unfortunately I didn't have her with me this week, and so I'm down on footage, but I'm just going to walk you through a little bit about what's going on. We just fired off here, fired off loose here to begin with, and we're racing side by side with some really solid cars, big field obviously, and we're like right in the middle of the pack here in 16th. So just going to try to fight for some position here until we get to the stage break caution. I actually felt like here at the start of the race I could have rolled around the top side, you know, better than I was, but this 16 of Cash was kind of holding me up. You can see he almost knocked the wall down there off of 4. He's really tight on throttle, and my car was driving pretty good to fire off. So just kind of stuck in line here and can't really go anywhere, but once we get settled out, we can start making some passes. Working lap 12 right here, and this is the first caution of the race. You're going to see everybody check up in front of me hard. I check up and get absolutely slammed from behind right there. But a pretty big wreck here. I know it's tough to see from this angle, but that took out, you know, 4 or 5 cars that were there in front of me. And man, when you get hit in the ass in these cars, it's just a solid I-beam on the back, so your head slams against the back of the seat. It's brutal. It feels like you get absolutely smoked when you get hit in these things. But we're going to go under red flag here, so I'll just jump ahead. Based off of how we started the race, just being too loose, it's kind of how we've started every single race in this modified. We just can't get it tight enough to begin. So I made the decision just to go ahead and roll down pit road here based off of our track position. Let's go ahead and make a change. Let's tighten it up. Let's see if we can improve, you know, the race car while we're early in the race, given that we still have a long ways to go, and we're obviously going to come back down for our change tire anyways. So I'm coming down pit road right here to Dad, and he's going to make a few changes to tighten the car up before we go back green. And now we're back green. Again, still lap 12, but we're back in the pack here, so you'll see me be around some slower cars. Working lap 53, and we've run down this group in front of us. We're about to pass the Hillbilly car here, and then that's Slate Myers just up the road in the 4 car. We ran him down, so definitely faster than the group ahead of us, but as you can see, I'm working the apron pretty hard right here in my car. That's something that we do in the late model stock cars, and the modifieds don't do it as much, but naturally I'm down there making it work. But we do run into a caution here, which is just before halfway, which will end up being the halfway break. So as you'll see here, we elect to come down and go ahead and take our change tire, and then we're going to leapfrog, you know, most of the field whenever everyone else comes down at the halfway break for fuel. So we'll actually leapfrog everybody that doesn't take their tire now and play a little strategy to get us in track position. So we're getting closer to that halfway caution here, and we're just up in the mix fighting hard here while we have a little bit of sticker tire. We're racing some of these guys that have been good during the whole race. There's Burt Myers and the 73 of Hartwig, the 06 of Ramo. So a lot of good cars around us right here. Almost gotten a wreck right there with the 06, but a lot of shuffling, man, darting around, and just trying to get us to that break so that we can leapfrog some of these guys. But we're going to be in a really good spot track position-wise. And there's the halfway caution, so that means everybody's going to come down for fuel, and then the cars that don't want to take tires will stay out after the fuel break, and everyone that hasn't changed their right rear will then come back around, come down and change their right rear tire, and then they'll line up behind those of us that played the strategy. So I'm going to fast forward in the race here, probably around 20-25 laps. There's probably 30-ish to go here, and we're restarting right around 11th to 13th, so we're right up in there in the mix, in the top 10, fighting around the top 10, and you're going to see kind of how this unfolds here. But we put ourselves in a really good spot to have a shot at a solid run here. 2 laps to go. We're running 11th. My GoPro died, so I don't have any footage of that. But here's a little clip from the Flow broadcast of the ending of the race. Matt Hirschman is leading. He's going to go on to win. We had a really good battle for like 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th with Ryan Newman, the 51 car and the 20 car. And you'll see me finish right here at the end, just on the cusp of a top 10, right outside of it in 11th. So great run for our team. I was happy with it. Felt like we weren't as good here as we were at Anderson. Right there we are crossing the line. Almost a top 10, but very happy with our run. Stayed out of trouble, and another solid outing in the modified for us. Thank you to everyone for all the support. I hope you enjoyed the video and the vlog. My next video will be Cars Tour Wake County, the second Cars Tour stop of the year. So I really appreciate all the support. I'm working hard to get these videos out to you in a timely manner, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the next one. I'm out.